Je suis obligé de répondre en anglais parce qu'il y a des gens qui ne parlent pas français ici. I want to wait until Sunday because I didn't really follow the whole thing. I understand that he's been found guilty of 2 counts and not guilty of 2. But I really didn't follow. So I really need to. I just saw the video when he was running away from the girl. So some people say he's like a perverse narcissistic, and he's been mentally terrorizing this girl, and others say like, you've been tricked, bro. So I don't know. I need to really like dive into the whole thing and understand everything that went through, and I would like to give my opinion on something if I don't really know the whole story. I follow in the beginning, and then after that I didn't really follow, but I think the guy really believed he was innocent because he really wanted to go to trial, and I believe this was just in US law. It was just a misdemeanor charge in reality. They fought with his girl, boom, it's over, and listen, you get charged for assault or something, but nothing crazy. You didn't have to go to court. At the same time, yeah, the problem with the US is everybody's trying to promote themselves, including the prosecutors. So whenever you're a celebrity, you are a target. Now, before I dive in this thing, probably next week. I really want to talk about it today, but I was like, I don't know enough. I really need to read about it. The only thing I find that was more or less fair is not the right word. But at least Disney learned from their mistake with Johnny Depp, because with Johnny Depp, they fired him soon as there were any allegation. At least with him, they waited until there was a jury deliberation and he was found guilty to fire him, which is unfortunate, but at least they can say, bro, it's not possible. So listen, I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know if the girl is a victim or if they got him. I don't know. I cannot pronounce myself, and because some people will jump to the conclusion, no, he's been tricked, this is what happened to black in America. Maybe. I don't know. On that one, je sais pas. Dalia, what up? I was looking for your show Saturday. I didn't find it. Did you do a show Saturday? C'est ça, c'est important. It is scary to go to court and have a jury. Everyone's view is already tainted before the case starts. They dropped her charges because she came back to the US to testify. Listen, it's dangerous out there. It is dangerous because she was charged with, assault as well, or something. And you can do deals. Like, listen, in the French justice system, you cannot do deals, I believe. It's like you get judged, there's no jury, there's a judge, and then the judge like, yo, after seeing everything, are you going to jail or not? In the US it's different. You have a jury made of a public, and so listen, the 10 people that get chosen can sway the judgment from one side or the other. And you can do a deal, you can settle. So there's a lot of things where when you view it from outside, you're like, wow. And it costs a lot of money as well. So listen, I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna get to. I'm not. Listen, I hope he doesn't get prison, because that would be. I mean, listen, I don't even know. Listen, let me see first of all. What up, my bro? Let me see what was the charges. So. Bye Kang, Marvel were like, oh, you out. Listen, the feminists are not gonna let you be there and act and be nada. Listen, it's over. Let me see if I can find any information about him. Okay, he's being dropped, I understand. Domestic violence, etc., etc. That was yesterday. Let me see. Everything Johnathan Majors have been dropped from. Studio and brands have been cutting ties with Johnathan Majors since his arrest for alleged domestic assault in March. Despite rep from Majors standing their ground that he has done nothing wrong. A jury convicted the actor on 2 domestic violence charges, finding him guilty of misdemeanor, assault, and harassment. His career gained momentum over the past year, with Majors starring in Creed 3 and becoming Marvel's main villain in both Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania and the season of Loki. But his future success appear uncertain. From people behind the scene to ad campaigns to his big Disney bag, below all the opportunities and collaboration has lost following his domestic violence dispute. Film and television roles, magazine, management, brand deals, wow, non-profits. Yeah, that's crazy. Have to pay? Ciao. Wow. All right. Video evidence of the dispute showing Major lifting Jabari and forcing her back into a SUV, as when in a call he made after the incident. And in between, she was in the club dancing, I believe. And an audio clip from Majors from a different incident in 2022 in which he berated Jabari for getting drunk, claimed to be a great man, and urged her to support him the way Coretta Scott King or Michelle Obama supported their husbands. Well, listen. After his arrest, other allegations surfaced. Of course, always. Multiple alleged abuse victims had come forward. Yeah, there's always people who come forward all of a sudden. The allegations were mixed, but the evidence seemed clear. Listen, I have to read all that. Not now. But yeah, listen. Thing is this. If you are famous, right? And you don't drink, you want to be seen a certain way, you want to present a certain stature, and you don't want to have a girl that is always drunk and goes crazy because you believe it's gonna hurt your brand. Well, leave her. Find yourself somebody that is already this way. And to me, it's not a race thing. I know in the US everything has to be turned into a race thing, but to me it's like, listen, if the girl is crazy, stay away from her. This is problems. That's it. Now, I don't know. Listen, I was not there, but listen, that is bad for. Listen, I'm not a fan of his because I don't really know his work. So I didn't see Creed. Saw him in the end of Loki season 1. I didn't watch season 2 yet. So I don't really have like any emotional attachment to him as an actor. It's not. I don't see him the way I would see Denzel Washington. So hopefully after a few years he comes back from that. If he seems like a talented actor, hopefully, he can bounce back from that. Because listen, there's a lot of very, 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 very famous actors, musicians, directors who have been convicted or accused of all types of domestic problems. And listen, Amber Heard, who shits on your bed, was still in Aquaman. And that's the reason why a lot of the fans are saying we're not going to see Aquaman because we want her out. So listen, you I think Hollywood has to, and everything in life in general, is something I tell people all the time. If you want to do rules, you want to enforce rules, the rules have to be the same for everybody. I don't care if it's R. Kelly that is canceled for having a mansion full of girls and doing whatever he does with them and having some of them underage. If you say so, then the guy from Playboy has to be canceled too, because it's the same thing but as a reality show. And there was magazines and stuff. You cannot say do one thing for one person and another thing for another person. To me, this is when a rule works. Listen, if you criticize, I'm gonna go there. If you criticize Russia for bombing civilians in Ukraine and you say it's a nightmare, I cannot have a video of you, the same journalist or the same politician, talking about the same situation in Gaza and saying, yeah, but the Hamas people are there. No. If you listen, you have to be always, it's very important in life to be consistent in what you say. Let me give you another example. This morning, my daughter asked me, she's 6. My daughter asked me, can we go on a date together, Daddy? Can you take me to the restaurant? She has a favorite hotel that costs a ton that she loves. She loves to go there. All right. Can we go there tonight? Do you have money, Daddy? I said, all right, I'll take you there tonight. All right. So she told me at what time. I told him I'll take you there at 7 p.m. And from 10 a.m. till 7, when she kept telling me, hey, don't forget we're going. Don't forget we're going. Don't forget we're going. How many times until we go? 5 hours. How many times? Listen, 2 hours. Listen, an hour before, I just start feeling tired. And I was like, oh, I don't want to go. And at 7 p.m., she comes here in my office And she's like, Daddy, I'm ready. All dressed up, ready to go dinner. And I look at her, I say, my darling, like, can we go tomorrow? And her eyes started already watering. She started already being like sad and being like, "Woo." And her mom told me, don't promise things to your daughter if you're not gonna deliver. You should have told her maybe, I don't know, we'll see, or not today. So I told my wife, can you take her there? And my wife said, listen, I would have, but I'm tired today. I just came back from shopping. So I'm preparing the Christmas dinner. I'm exhausted. I want to be in my bed. So I told my daughter, because she was already starting to sob in her bedroom, I told her, we're leaving in 5 minutes. And she was happy. And listen, we went outside. And listen, I was not even hungry at all. But hey, we went there. They saw her. They all know her. They saw her grow up. They already know what she wants to eat. So everybody was like, oh, princess, what do you want? Would you do this and this? Yeah, yes, yeah. Boom, boom. And I was like, what about you, Mr. Kaysha? I was like, give me a club sandwich and some sparkling water. And yeah, listen, I was there on the phone with my cousin, Filuminati. We just kept talking. And after, when I was like, hey, listen, told my daughter, listen, I'm going to be live in 30 minutes, so we have to go home. And yeah, she was happy. She finished eating her stuff. So she put her Nintendo Switch in her bag and we went home. And here I am. And yeah, listen, be consistent. Yeah, listen, if it was raining or something, it would be different. But if you tell people that you're going to do something, try to do it. If you tell people this is the rule, enforce the rule the same for everybody. If not, it becomes strange. And in America, and in France as well, listen. Dieudonné, who's a comic who has been vocal about the people of Palestine and the Zionist government of Israel, has been canceled from French TV for the last, 15 years, 20 years, I don't even know. He's been canceled, and other people who speak worse than him about Muslim people in French TV, they are presidential candidates, and they're on TV all the time. And to me, it's like, listen, either everybody's canceled or nobody's canceled. You cannot say freedom of speech. We are the country of freedom of speech only when we say the things you like. That's me. The game is different because there's a lot of interest, there's a lot of money, and etc. So, hey, listen, rant over.